Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. And we're underway.
When you think great defenders, you've got to think Cannavaro.
Yeah, well, they don't come much better or bigger in stature. His qualities are obvious, but he's winning the...
It's a mighty effort! Great build-up. It all deserved a better ending.
It was such a clever idea to lift it into his path.
Well seen. Saw that coming.
That was well played. Well stopped.
Knocks it into space. Mohamed Salah. Bebeto. Lovely pass, but can he get there? That pass is somewhat less than ideal.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
Rijkaard does really well to win the ball there. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Now, can they get him away? Rummenigge. Oh, nicely intercepted. Vittoria yet to have an attempt on goal. That's been cut out, well played. Bellingham. Rummenigge. Pedri. And the counter is on. Played out to the right. Vitinha. Mohamed Salah. And he's picked out the run. Rummenigge is sporting a guilty look after that.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the pass, Peter, did he?
And here's Mohamed Salah. Oh, cracking ball. Pedri. Barcelona trying to orchestrate a breakaway here by the looks of it.
Well, I would say that this is probably the easiest way to play the game, because you try and absorb in numbers defensively, and then you look to hit it with a long ball quickly on the counter.
And the shot! Oh, he's managed to get it all wrong.
He did well there, held his run enough to ensure he didn't stray offside.
It's Bebeto. And he was quick to react. Vitinha. And here's Bellingham. We've got 5 minutes till half-time. And here's Mbappe. Rijkaard. Rummenigge. Now Hoeneß. It's come through and he's had a quick look inside. Now try to spin that positively. I certainly can't. Referee's had a look, and he's blown his whistle for half-time. It hasn't been a bad watch, not by any means. The intensity levels are there. We've just lacked that telling breakthrough moment.
And a quick reminder today to
An
please
engrossing
take all
half,
the
but we're still where we started, 0-0.
Thank you very much for your cooperation. Substitution for Barcelona, number 11, Donadoni. Number
Whistle
7,
goes, and we start the second half.
coming on the field.
Well, I can imagine both managers have been in the ears of the players. They want more. Let's hope the game comes to life sooner rather than later.
Pepe did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Pedri, passing nice and neat. And it's Robertson. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Eze will not want... Eze! Best part of an hour, and still no breakthrough from either side.
Barcelona couldn't really be more watertight in midfield. Not a trickle is getting through.
Eze. Robertson is looking to influence the game from out wide. Real chance! It's in! Piercing, and with pinpoint accuracy, he forces it through.
Well, I'm sat here, Peter, thinking that the keeper might have done a little better then. Maybe his positioning wasn't great, but then again, I don't think he had a wonderful view of it.
So the first moment of real significance.
Well, when the going gets tough, etc., they can still turn this round, I think.
Now it's Vitinha. Your impression so far, Jim?
Victoria are not doing enough to get themselves back in the game. They're not as threatening as their opposition. It's got to change.
He's had a shot! No mistake! Two to the good, and they are purring. Absolutely purring. Calm, composed, confident. What a super goal.
That's just clever. He made the keeper think he was going one way, only to outfox him by going the other. Very nice.
Barcelona are doing very nicely, thank you.
This is wonderful front-footed football. The manager will be absolutely thrilled to see his team.
Goes for a shot! And he hits the net. Back to within one. Interesting. Oh, whose goal is that? Big deflection. That's one for the dubious goals panel.
After 75 minutes is number 11.
Well, we have a very different game on our hands now, all of a sudden. This one's totally up for grabs.
Can he get on the end of this? He is through here. Oh, he's been caught napping. Rummenigge! They've scored! And with the match slipping away, they have hauled themselves off the canvas. They forced the error and extracted the maximum punishment.
Welcome to the reality of modern football, Peter. You get pressed from the front and you have no time on the ball whatsoever. You can't afford to switch off for a moment.
And he's done it again. He's got his second. We have ourselves a real game here.
To be expected, Peter. They've gone and stepped it up. Something they've been threatening to do and will continue to do by the looks of it.
Pedri. Robertson tries to play it through.
Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
Indicated.
Rummenigge. It's a really well-measured ball. Decent game of football, that. Intense, intriguing. And both sides, as it turns out, unable to be separated. Rummenigge picking up the Man of the Match award, and no surprise there.
Quick reminder today, please have your
What were
entry
your thoughts
tickets
on
at
today's
hand,
game then,
as it's
Jim?
time to announce
Victoria
today's winning
can always
lottery
take
numbers.
more positives from a result like this. Yes, there is some tidying up to do,
Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now. Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it. So off we go then.
The presence of Franco Baresi in this lineup suggests to me, Peter, that they'll be playing quite a high line.
What makes you think that?
Well, because he's got all the qualities required to excel in such a system. Because of his reading of the game, his vision, his technique, everything you need to spring a successful offside trap.
And it's Snyder. Now this could be a chance. And the assistant referee has his flag raised for offside. He's on it, can he get away? Taken back almost at once. Cantona! And he was there to get a vital touch.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
And we have our very first corner. They've played it short, and once more he proves rigid and robust. Victoria have the chance to go the other way. Baresi spots it and intercepts. Ernest. And it's Vitinha. Rummenigge. That's a lovely, neat pass. Ooh, perfectly measured that. Czech gets it clear. It'll be a throw-in. Forlan is onto this. It's loose and there's a race for the ball. Forlan couldn't quite force his way through this time, but boy, he had a go at it.
Yeah, definitely not much wrong with what he tried, all things considered. The defence were just well prepared for what was coming.
Victoria yet to have an attempt on goal. Marmouche! Denied by an instinctive save.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
Corner number 2 then. Rijkaard is there and he can get that clear. Victoria are looking to go forward now. Looking for options for movement. Vitinha. Ernest. Looking to pass their way through. Rummenigge has an approach to the game which is pretty much shoot on sight. And he's managed to get Vitinha! And the keeper couldn't hold it. Goal! Victoria! And Victoria are in front. Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
Well, it still had to be finished off, so well done to the goal scorer, but the keeper should have done a lot better.
Number 7, Ernest.
So the first goal of the game.
Well, that gives them the privilege to control the tempo of the game. It's up to them to manage it from here now.
Can he get on the end of this? The only breakthrough then came late in the first half here, and that is the difference. 1-0 the score. And the pass is intercepted. Vitinha is always looking to break lines.
Victoria have really been terrific at snuffing out the threat. Now for something different.
2 added minutes has
Knocks
been
it into
indicated.
space. No, again there's no way through. Ernest. And it's half-time here. Well, it's certainly simmered along nicely so far. Just the 1 goal in it, and it's all still very much up for grabs. Victoria
There's plenty of positives to take despite the lead being so small, Peter. I think playing well, good energy, a little more composure up front perhaps, that's not too much to ask.
Victoria head for the dressing room in possession of a 1-0 lead. And that's the start of another 45 minutes. Victoria carrying a 1-goal lead. Real chance! And he hits the net. And this is getting better and better. It was a great finish. He put it away with great poise, dead-eye accuracy.
He had the whole picture in his head, Peter. He didn't even look at the goalkeeper.
Victoria are sitting pretty, 2-0 up.
Well, now's the time you can afford to be more daring, Peter. It may be tempting to sit on this, but I'd say go and grab a third.
He's had a fair tumble under that challenge. That's a little off target. Ernest, that has been slung wide.
Victoria are clearly enjoying a very good spell. The flow of momentum is bang in their favour.
Another pass just keeps it ticking over. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be.
I'm struggling to work out whether that was brave or a bit stupid. Maybe both, actually.
And he shoots! And he's had a hit! Oh, it's fallen loose again! It's in! And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
Well, I admire players who do that. Well, there's a real sense that the momentum has shifted here, Peter, and the crowd are reacting to that now. Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
Well, they're looking a whole lot more urgent now. And the shot! They've done it! Do not write them off! Back they come! And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
We have ourselves a real game here.
And things are much healthier in their favour. Mind you, you would have thought that when the last one went in. Victoria clearly are pushing for the win here, Peter. It's making for a very frank...
And the finish! Goal! Victoria! And they get themselves in front! And he stuck it away as if laser guided.
That's expertly finished, and he's done that so often.
Well, this is what we've been waiting for.
You have to credit the desire we've just seen here, Peter. The desire to stick to your task and keep on chipping away.
Takes a shot! He's done very well to get to that.
Marmouche clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
The message is simple. Defend this with your lives. That has been knocked clear. Opts to play it back. And it's Gerrard. Nice interception, well timed. Well, there's the clearance.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks. They're avoiding the blatantly obvious by not getting the ball into the opposition box. That's where it has to be.
Threads one in. Rijkaard. Tries to play it through. And that should get the job done. And we're done. Well, that was close. Both sides playing their part in a great game of football. A real ride that had all of us glued to our seats from the very beginning. Ernest voted man of the match, and deservedly so.
Remove any cars parked on the road.
Your final thoughts, Jim?
Victoria demonstrating exactly how to play on hostile ground. They were forced to persevere and be patient, but they never lost their belief nor their focus, and they...
The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. So off we go then.
In a system like this, Peter, the winger-fullback combinations can be absolutely crucial.
Yeah, and no doubt you can expand on that for us, Jim.
Well, there's just so many potential options and movements. Overlapping, underlapping, wingers vacating spaces to be occupied by fullbacks, coming inside, creating overloads down the middle on either flank. You get those right, and this can be a very effective system.
A tried and tested formula.
And believe it or not...
And the finish! He would have been quick to recover this.
Victoria definitely are on top of things in these early stages, Peter. If this is how they intend to go on, I think the opposition might see some trouble.
Koeman deals with that comfortably. Quarter of an hour played. Still goalless. Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. Hoeneß did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. And this is Mohamed Salah. He's on. Hoeneß! Goal! Victoria! And Victoria are in front. The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
Number 7, Hoeneß.
Victoria have penetrated for the first time.
Well, that gives them the privilege to control the tempo of the game. It's up to...
Great chance! And it's in! And once more we are all square. You score, we score.
Well, going behind has simply triggered a collective determination to hit back, and they merit nothing less.
Another moment of magic, a real wow moment.
Oh, what a finish. I mean, an instinctive finish at that, and he probably didn't even have time to think about it too much.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
You've got to commend that, Peter. It's the perfect response to falling behind. Don't let your heads drop, just get back up the pitch and level the scores again.
It's Totti! And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
Totti really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
Well, it just petered out. No penetration at all, having had a great deal of the ball. Pepe did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. No, that's been intercepted. Mateus. They're back on the ball again. Ernest, given the lift of his goal, nicked it back promptly. And it's Xavi Alonso. Chance! Big moment! Massive goal! Well, one moment you're in possession, the next you're picking the ball out of your own net. That one will sting.
It's just sloppy to lose the ball like that, Peter. The ease which they were able to cut through them from there, that definitely doesn't have a good look about it.
And we've reached half-time. Well, the scoreline at half-time, a fair reflection of things overall, you'd have to say that. There was certainly no lack of effort or endeavour in the first half. So we reached the halfway point.
Oh, what a half. It's been pulsating and totally absorbing. We're actually headed for a potential classic if this carries on. This is insanely good.
And we're already back up and running after half-time.
Well, I think in these circumstances, it's all about how to adjust the balance of your team. I mean, you want to get back in it as soon as possible, but without leaving yourself too open.
This looks promising. Well, the boss won't be happy about that at all. They were pedestrian in possession. Totti! No mistake! And there we have it, the two-goal cushion. That is lovely, finished with amazing expertise.
Oh, what a hit, Peter, and there was nothing lucky about it, let me tell you. It was measured, it was simply inch perfect.
Clinical, just clinical. What a game this is turning out to be for him.
He has simply been truly awesome. He really has stamped his authority on this.
Indonesia go 2 up and into a position of real strength.
They've seen the light and the opposition have been left in the dark.
And here's Mohamed Salah. And he passes it long. It's an inviting looking ball, that. Koeman cuts out the pass. Mateus. Rijkaard. Zanetti. Vitinha. Passing is crisp and sharp. Mohamed Salah. Oh, well played, well played. And he's gone looking for safety. Batistuta. That's a nicely shaped ball. Just the goalkeeper's a real chance! Yes! Up by 3. They have their boot on the throats of their foes. He does it all with an air of efficiency and simplicity.
Well, how cool was that? He was almost teasing the keeper then.
He's got 4. That is remarkable. And that's it. So thank you very much, Jim, for joining me. That brings us to the end of our coverage. So from us both, a very good evening.
And now, to all members of the crowd, I'd like to ask you to join me in wishing our birthday boy a very special birthday.
The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up and we'll be getting underway very soon. So we're up and running. Well, we all know of Johan Cruyff as the father of total football, but what can we expect from him on the pitch, Jim?
He'll be the conductor, Peter, making sure that his team creates space and make good use of it. I expect him to be running the show and adding a touch of class to proceedings.
Winning with style, and that's what he has always been about.
Always.
Looking for the run. Oh, that's delightful. He's found Rummenigge! Now, who's going to be first to this? Danger averted for now. Vitinha. It's run loose here. Now it's Luis Suarez. Now it's Stojkovic. It's a pretty loose pass. Mateus. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. Well played. That has snuffed out the danger. Deftly away. Ernest, of course, a dribbler of outlandish ability. Shoots! Goal! Victoria! There is the breakthrough. One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Victoria are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produced something out of nothing there. A few seconds was all it took for them to convert a defensive situation into a goal, and it's very impressive.
So we have the first goal.
Well, I'd remind those players, Peter, that concentration will be key for a while now, as you don't want to hand the momentum straight back to your opposition.
He's in space and looking for options.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
Well, that looks a decent ball. Can he finish? Sticks it away. A quite incredible spell. They are flying.
Oh, he did so well to hold his run and stay on side, Peter. That was really clever.
Victoria are now luxuriating in a two-goal lead.
Well, their manager seems to have them always thinking about the next goal. When's the next goal coming? They're such an entertaining watch.
And here's Mbappe, and he shoots! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
Mohamed Salah. And it's Zanetti. Vitinha. Looking to pass their way through. Looking to play him in. Great defending, strong and determined. And it's Salah. Can he get it through? Expertly cut out, really nicely done. That pass is somewhat less than ideal.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
Well, he's seen that early, used a certain sixth sense. Oh, it's Mbappe! He has done it! Half-time imminent! What a time to score! What a moment of brilliance. Control and perfect accuracy.
Oh, what a touch. I mean, how good was that? Poetry in motion. Well, we have a very different game on our hands.
And that'll be the final action of the first half. So we have here a genuinely competitive game with neither team truly in control. A single goal the difference at half-time. Caution certainly not on the agenda here from both sides.
Yeah, they're ahead, Peter, but they can't afford to get too complacent. They need to go with the same intensity and tempo they showed in getting... But
chance for a shot! It's in! They have come roaring back!
Well, they were starting to look more and more threatening, Peter, so this comes as no surprise. The fans here are pretty fired up now.
Just so calm under pressure, and he managed to fashion a fine finish.
Yeah,
He's having a shot! Oh, he hit that sweetly. And we have our very first corner. He gets big! Oh, that was a brilliant save.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
And that's gone loose. He's in a good position. And a chance! Oh, terrific save from the keeper.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he? Victoria really just need to be careful for the next 10 minutes or so, deal with the pressure and come again.
It's Salah! Oh, glorious! That is a special one! That is a gem! An absolute gem! And again they hit the front. There was no getting to that, no getting to it at all. Expertly done.
Well, Peter, I think the keeper knew straight away he was never going to get to it.
So, and a shot! Well, now it's a race for the ball. Oh, he's been caught on it here. Rummenigge.
That's exactly what they need to keep doing. Carry on plugging away and eventually you might just get that little break.
They're coming again and again.
A lucky break would certainly help their cause now.
And this is Cruyff.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Stojkovic. Vitinha. Nice interception, well timed. A reprieve, albeit perhaps momentary. Now who's going to be first to this?
Milan really are showing all the necessary urgency, but it's potency they need.
Cruyff. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable match. Luis Suarez! They've got a corner here. Takes a shot! Last-ditch defending, but that'll do. Victoria are looking to go forward now. Into the last 5 minutes. Stojkovic.
I thought it was going to happen then. How many more chances can they realistically expect now?
Shooting chance! Goal! They have stolen level at the last! Well, was he ever going to miss that? Of course he wasn't.
Well, my sympathies go to the keeper, who was left horribly exposed. You don't expect players to switch off in front of goal like that.
Substitution in progress.
Now some movement on the bench, and we are going to see a
There will be
change.
5 minutes added
All
time.
square again, face to face with the... Goes for a shot! Oh, what about that? And that has raised the roof! That really is quite fabulous. All his own doing.
Well, from the moment he got involved, he looked as if he'd go all the way. Terrific.
Victoria take the lead. Now it's just a question of holding on.
Well, the last moments.
Added time is up, and there goes the whistle. Victoria pull through, sometimes by hook, sometimes by crook, but that needn't matter. They have the win, and that's what they needed. Rummenigge taking in the accolades, having been named man of the match, and deservedly so.
Within these grounds.
So a dramatic game decided in its very last moments.
Well, this looked like it had a draw written all over it, Peter, so credit where it's due. They found a way to win it, and they can take great satisfaction from never losing that focus.
My thanks to Jim. We both wish you a very good evening. Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. If you're just joining us, we are already underway.
Luis Suarez really is a player who can do everything. He makes a more than...
Chance for a shot! They've scored!
Well, they would have been looking at him to produce the goods, and that was very kind of him to oblige so early.
They forced the error and extracted the maximum punishment.
Welcome to the reality of modern football, Peter. You get pressed from the front and you have no time on the ball whatsoever. You can't afford to switch off.
It's Salah! It's run loose. Oh, what has happened here? And this is Mohamed Salah.
Well, it's been a very attacking start here. It's looking good for them if they can maintain what we've seen.
Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Salah. Mohamed Salah has played it back.
He's got no choice here. He had to go backwards.
He's going for goal! Decent strike, kept it fizzing low.
Nothing wrong with the idea. Inches away.
Victoria are seeing plenty of the ball, but for now they trail. Messi.
Victoria are really in a position where patience and prudence will serve them best. Time's on their side.
And it's Timber. Shot, surely! And it's in! They are really purring here, and they have extended their lead in the blink of an eye. As simple as you like, the outcome utterly inevitable.
And his manager couldn't look happier. That's the kind of interplay they've been working on in training, and it came off beautifully.
Things starting to look very comfortable.
We're looking at a very different game now. The command has been established.
Salah. That is good alertness. Hazard conjures time and space where few can. And here's Messi. And here's Mbappe. Well read, and the danger is averted. Vitinha gets over and intercepts. And this is Luis Suarez. And reclaimed it in a trice. And here's Suarez. We've got 5 minutes till half-time. Schlotterbeck cuts out the pass. Gerrard. And he's only too happy to take that back. Costa Curta. And they've switched it over to the other side.
There will be 1 minute
Some
at a time.
really good ball movement. Vitinha. And the referee brings the first half to a close. How do you look back on the first 45 minutes?
Well, I think things have worked out pretty well so far, Peter. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So I think the manager has to resist change at this stage.
And the game has already resumed here.
I think it'll be fascinating to see how they're going to change their approach here. They have to go for it, try and pull one back, but they also have to be aware that going 3 down will probably seal their fate.
Nicely aimed pass. Costa Curta. Look happy to sit back for the moment here.
Yeah, everything they're doing screams counter-attack.
And the finish! And he hits the net. And the second half is off to a flyer. The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Victoria are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produced something out of nothing there. A few seconds was all it took for them to convert a defensive situation into a goal, and it's very impressive.
Victoria.
What a difference, a half-time rocket from them.
He's gone for goal! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
That's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Gerrard.
Unless they can devise a quick counter-attacking plan, they're going to need to see much more of this ball.
Mbappe going face-to-face with his great rival. Norway are looking to play on the counter here, aren't they?
Well, I think it's pretty clear they've changed their shape, certainly when defending at least. because they've got to be ready to hit them hard on the counter-attack, and that seems to be the plan.
Substitution on the field, number 14.
Both sides then taking this chance to turn to their benches.
Number 9, Diego Forlan. Substitution in progress.
Ernest looking understandably energised after his goal. Messi tries making a foray down the right. Victoria do have options available on the bench if they want to go that way. And it's Messi.
Niceties are not part of this approach. This is actually quite aggressive.
Fires it in low. Oh no, it's an own goal!
That can happen to anyone. It's truly, truly unlucky for him, but it's just the way it is.
Well, who saw that coming? Fallen! And somehow he managed to miss it.
Well, at least they're showing some positive intent now, Peter. That's the sort of urgency that's required when you do go behind.
Victoria with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. Kane tries to clear. Norway have the chance to go the other way. Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Now it's full. He's had a shot! No messing about, just bludgeoned away.
I think that's great defending. He just made sure he was in the right place to block it, and I bet you the keeper is very relieved.
Four added minutes has been indicated.
Adams. Norway clearly now in lead preservation mode. Hazard. Messi. Oh, this looks sharp. And that will be it. A performance of perspiration, work rate, grit. And those are very good qualities that might have got them something on another day. Sadly, not today.
Just a quick request today.
How would you sum up what we've witnessed, Jim?
Well, there was a distinct lack of clarity or commitment in everything the players were trying to...
So bring it on. Hype, expectation, emotion.
Hello,
The game
everybody,
yet to
and
kick
welcome
off.
to
The
today's
excitement
match.
already palpable. Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. And that gets things running.
I think the wide players will be very important here, Peter. A lot is going to be asked of them.
Yeah, they've got a fair bit of work to get through.
Yeah, because they're going to have to cover the flanks on their own. They need to push up and establish some menace, some control, press from the front and act like auxiliary wingers, if you will, while also doing a fair bit of defending. And what's more, they're often expected to be the main supply route.
Here's a chance! And for a moment, time stood still.
That's great reading of the game, and it led to a decent chance. Cracking aggression.
Raul. Nicely weighted ball. Raul. Valverde. And he shoots! Great build-up. It all deserved a better ending.
That's really well played. It's just the type of run you need. Off the shoulder of the last defender, stay onside.
He's in a great position here. First quarter of an hour gone. Gently done. Now it's Mbappe. Victoria, so far, providing... He's having a hit! And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
And we have our very first corner. Victoria have the chance to go the other way. Raul. Raul.
That's good play from him.
Out of play for a goal kick. And it's Salah. That's a good ball out wide.
They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
Raul. He's picked his way through. Cannavaro defending his corner stubbornly. Stood up very well to his man. That pass isn't the best. And he's intervened well there. Raul looking to pass their way through. Cannavaro kept his eye on it, and he's there. Ernest, nicely spread. Plays the return pass. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Well, a goal here just before half-time could mean a great deal. Van de Ven. And here's Forlan.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
And it's Rodri. Cannavaro. And it's Totti. Chouameni. And it's Rodri. Passes coming off in quick succession here. He won't be happy with that one. Vitinha is always looking to break them. And we've reached half-time. Well, it was a half of could-haves and should-haves, but as the whistle blows, we remain where we started. Plenty for both managers to mull over here. How's the first half compared with your expectation?
Well, it's been nothing but frustration, really, Peter. I think the team as a whole has to take more risks, but they really need to up their quality too.
Well, after 45 minutes, it is still goalless. A change, perhaps, after half-time. So we're straight back at it at the start of the second half.
Victoria really are going to need to improve in a hurry if they don't want to fall behind here. Upping the intensity and the tempo will be their starting point.
Oh, there's a probing ball. And here's Vitinha. Rummenigge. Rummenigge! They've scored!
Oh, he's quite the pro. The speed and sharpness in his game gives him an advantageous edge, and he applies it with lethal effect. He's class, real class.
And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch, and they're dazed.
So we have our breakthrough.
And talk about the perfect time to score. The manager's giving nothing away, but he'll be thrilled inside. Victoria are clearly enjoying a very good spell. The flow of momentum is bang in their favour.
Rodri has quite the footballing brain. He's almost never outsmarted.
That's exactly what they need to keep doing. Carry on plugging away, and eventually you might just get that little break.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here.
I think they just have to keep forcing the issue and they'll get clinical.
That's a lovely, neat pass. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, while the temptation's always there, Peter, I think it would be ill-advised of them to try settle for what they've got.
Now there tries a shot! It's run loose. Who's going to get there? Valverde. So the team separated just by the one goal, which came early in the second period. 1-0 the score. Threads one in. He has found the way through. He's had a shot!
Victoria surely have to be commended for their drive and desire. Most teams would be taking the easier defensive route by now.
And he was quick to react. 1-0 as we head towards the end. Valverde. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. It's a sharp pass. And it's Forlan. Totti. Not much time now for anything fresh to happen, I think.
I think we're about to see a frenetic finish. No half measures from here.
There will be one.
And this is Forlan. Mateus. And there goes the final whistle. Relief, finally. Now at last they can enjoy the taste of victory. Fingernails bitten to the quick, but they have got over the line. Quite a ride. Rummenigge claiming the man of the match award, and there is very little room for argument. Your final thoughts, Jim?
Victoria
Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next
Hello,
2 hours,
everybody,
it
and
might not
welcome
feel
to
like that.
today's match.
The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now. Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. So it's down to business here. So, Jim, who would you identify as the key man in this fixture?
This could be another episode of the Seho Girassi show, I think, Peter. While he's primarily a poacher, he doesn't really have the composure you need in the penalty area when it comes to his finishing. He's a bit...
Girassi! They've scored! And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
Victoria are already chasing the game. They didn't envisage that. Now it's Girassi. Shapes to shoot! Oh, good-looking ball.
Well, I'm not quite sure he needed to hold up play quite as much as he did then. A couple of his teammates were...
Shoots! It's in! And the lead lost no time at all.
Yeah, since going a goal down, they've dug in to produce a really fine spell, which for me deserved that equaliser.
Oh, beautifully dispatched. There was no reaching that.
That's just a fabulous, fabulous finish. Anything that close to the frame of the goal, 99 times out of 100, the keeper's not getting there.
That has certainly made things interesting.
Such a big goal, Peter. Just when the opposition thought they could turn the screw, they're back to square one again. The manager will be absolutely delighted with such a response.
And it's Grealish. Girassi. That's tidy. And he's had a hit. And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Girassi actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest. They've got a healthy number of very tall targets to pick out from this corner.
Dealt with nicely by the defence. And now a sudden chance to counter. He's found a way through. And that pass just didn't quite work. Midway through the first period, and it's looking quite a game here. And here's Grealish. Can he finish? Oh, another save. It's their second corner of the game. And it's been taken short. Cross needs to be good. Good ball, good take. And it's hoisted clear. Victoria have the chance to go the other way. Nicely aimed pass. Vitinha. And it's Salah. Mohamed Salah.
Oh, really well played.
And it's a big chance! Goal! Victoria! And the game is well and truly turned on its head. That really is quite fabulous. All his own doing.
Yeah, that's what the game is all about. Excitement and entertainment. What a lovely moment.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
Well, they've done the hard part now, Peter. Can they cling on? Or even better, can they get another?
Salah. Looking for options for movement. Rijkaard is always looking to break lines.
There will
Mohamed
be 3
Salah.
minutes added time.
Now it's Girassi. Great vision. That's an excellent interception. And there is the half-time whistle. Victoria come roaring back in quite some style. We've got a very different game now. So there was the first half.
Well, give me a moment to get my breath back. What a super half of football. Incident-packed goals, comebacks, and the match being turned on its head. Which way it's going to go from here, it's anyone's guess.
Victoria head into the half-time break with a narrow lead, 2 goals to 1.
Number 9, number 11, Grealish.
And the second half gets underway.
Number 14, Messi. Coming on
Howson
the field,
cuts it out.
number 10, Danny Olmo.
Timber.
Number 22, Omar
And it's Son
Marmoush.
Heung-min.
Number
Rijkaard
21,
has given away a free
Son
kick.
Heung-min.
McAllister, Tonali. McAllister tries to play. Chance! Off the post! Oh, he's managed to get it all wrong.
He did well there, held his run enough to ensure he didn't stray offside.
Timber does really well to win the ball there. O'Reilly. Danny Olmo conjures time and space where few can. It's Son Heung-min! Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
And it's Timber. Plays in a cross. Oh, smashing header! And collective relief etched on the faces of the defenders.
Well, let that be a lesson to them. If they don't stay focused all the time, they're going to be made to pay.
Pinches it off him. McAllister. O'Reilly has quite the footballing brain. He's almost never outsmarted. Threads one in. And the shot! It's in! Once more they've done it! They just will not lie down!
Exactly what you want to see from your players. Courage. Fight in the face of adversity. You couldn't ask for much more. Yeah, a fantastic run and a fantastic pass to play him in. Both needed to be timed to perfection, and they were.
Prachuap.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter. When you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing, the outcome should all come down to finishing.
Koeman. Ball played for Rijkaard. And here's Mohamed Salah.
Mohamed Salah really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball. Then again, he was being very...
Girassi! And yes, it's there! And the comeback is complete. That is lovely, finished with amazing expertise.
Well, it's one of those, Peter, when you've got to take your hat off and just say, too good.
Prachuap take the lead.
Well, they're very much the better team at the moment, Peter, and no doubt will be looking to cause even more damage here.
Not the most accurate pass.
I think the message here is quite clear, Peter. They want another one and will seemingly keep going until they get it.
Victoria are in dire need of a breakthrough. Can they?
Yeah, they're really playing in hope at this point.
Koeman getting this one clear.
4 added minutes has been indicated.
Look, there has to be more urgency here. The ball has to get to the other end much faster.
Ernest. Rummenigge. Now that's well seen too. And that is that. Victoria pleasingly clever on the ball. They had their moments, but ultimately they take away nothing. So there it is. What struck you most about that?
Hello, everybody, and please
And
join
all that
me
remains
in
for me
wishing a
is
happy
to
wedding
thank Jim
anniversary
Beglin.
for-
Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2
Hello,
hours,
everybody,
it might
and
not feel
welcome
like
to
that.
today's match.
The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. So that's got things underway.
Well, if you're looking for a match winner, Peter, look no further.
Lionel Messi, the great genius himself. It felt almost unfair at times, didn't it? The way he just seemed to sweep the opposition aside. Even traditional bogey. Ibrahimovic! Mighty close.
Oh, he just got it ever so slightly wrong, Peter. There wasn't much in that at all.
Short changes him with that pass. And here's Dembele. Ernest. And it's Salah. Lovely fit. He's going for goal! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
And this is Dembele. And it's Seedorf. He's being... It's Dembele! Oh, that was no routine save.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
And here's Dembele. Dembele! Superb from Dembele! About as smooth as it gets. It was the crispest of hits. He just crashed it in.
Well, Peter, it would have taken something incredible for the keeper to...
Has a shot! Oh, good read.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Victoria with the corner. They're first. And that was somewhat errant. Red Star have the chance to go the other way. And the pass is intercepted.
And again, they're pressing effectively.
Salah. Ernest. Rummenigge is someone with real dynamite in his boots. Red Star look happy to sit back for the moment here.
Yeah, everything they're doing screams counter-attack, but it's a long counter-attack. When they win it back, they're not wasting any time. They're just trying to get the runners away as quickly as possible.
Rummenigge could move up a gear here. That's been cut out, well played. Oh, it's Dembele. Hazard.
Oh, really well played.
Showing good feet. Nicely aimed pass. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined.
There will be 1 minute added time.
Hazard. Now it's Ibrahimovic. Played back. And that'll be the last act of the first half. But it's certainly simmered along nicely so far. Just the one goal in it, and it's all still very much up for grabs. Victoria.
Well, for me, Peter, things have never really got going, but at least this will be a good time to reflect and regroup. I can see a few changes coming, because whatever they've been doing, it just hasn't gelled.
And we are already promptly back underway.
Well, I think in these circumstances, it's all about how to adjust the balance of your team. I mean, you want to get back in it as soon as possible, but without leaving yourself too open.
Mohamed Salah. Oh, good-looking ball.
Well, he was given the time and room initially to hold on to the ball, but eventually he was squeezed that bit harder and the task became too much. I think he's got to be a little quicker in his distribution then and get others into the match.
Oh, can he get onto this?
That's alert and sharp and very well played.
Now it's Ibrahimovic. And this is Messi. Shot! Really well taken goal. And he's there to retrieve it. Ernest quietly revving up. Nicely weighted ball.
Victoria really are going about things in the right fashion, Peter. It's great to see.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here.
Well, the question now is whether they can sustain it.
Ernest was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. Is there any support? He might not need it. Your impression so far, Jim?
Well, the time has arrived to start taking risks. They may well be happy just to level this.
Seedorf. Now, can they get him away? Into the last quarter of an hour. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
Timber could try cutting inside here. Ball is over the line. Aimed in towards the centre.
Red Star surely have to be commended for their drive and desire. Most teams would be taking the easier defensive route by now.
It's Hazard! And that would have won it.
Hazard has reacted in utter shock here. For him, the keeper has pulled off the impossible.
Well, the clearance is short. And now a sudden chance to counter. That's tidy.
Well, it's probably safe to say now, Peter, that it's going to be all about game management from here.
Oh, that's fabulous. And it's Vitinha.
There will be 1 minute added time.
It's made its way to him. Seedorf. And that will be the final act. Quite a game, and one that was always on a knife edge until the very final whistle. No shortage of